Hi everybody, let's take a look at the new copy and paste features in Manifold Release 9. We're looking at Manifold Release 9, one of the latest builds, and what we have here is a project where there's a blank map right here, and we call it blank map, that has a blank drawing in it, and that's shown as a layer over top of the canvas world dark gray base map. We're going to use that dark gray base map so that objects that we copy from a different drawing and paste into here will immediately appear. And here we've got a drawing called Provinces, which is based on this table here called Provinces Table. Now this is an interesting drawing in that it's we can see, I should mention back here by the way that this is in pseudo-Mercator projection, as we can see from the contents pane, and this drawing here, Provinces, is in latitude and longitude. We can see that the drawing is created from this table called Provinces Table. And the Provinces table is kind of a tricky table because it has two geometry fields. One is called Geom and one is called Geometry Line. The Geom field provides geometry for these areas. So if we select something, a group of records here in the table, these are all happen to be in Germany, they'll be automatically selected here in the Provinces drawing as well. We also have this other field called Geometry Lines. And here's another drawing that we've created called Provinces Lines, which is the same objects but as borderline areas. And as you can see that when we select something here in the table, it's automatically selected both here in the drawing that uses the areas geometry and here in the drawing that uses the lines geometry. Let's click here into the this drawing. Shift Control A to delete to clear the selection. Now I'm going to Control click on a few provinces and I'm going to select them. So select a few in France here, select a few in Germany, select a few in Poland. This is Lithuania. Let's select that. And what I'll do here is Control C to copy in this drawing. Then I'll come over here to the map and I'll Control V to paste. And what Manifold will do is it'll automatically take those objects that we copied from the one drawing and it'll paste them into this blank drawing. It will automatically reproject them on the fly. By default, Manifold tries to guess what you intend to do. So it will automatically copy and paste the geom field, the MFD field and the geom field to create those objects. And we can keep doing this all day long. So for example here, if we clear the selection and let's make a different selection, let's select that guy there and we'll select a few more things here and let's select a few things in I guess it's Latvia way up here. Click Control C and click Control V to paste. We can see that those new areas are pasted as well. The geometry for those individual objects is reprojected on the fly into the new projection system in the destination map. Let's Control A to select everything in that layer. Click D to delete. And let's go back here, deselect everything. Now let's select a few of these objects here in the table, because we don't have to copy objects from a drawing, we can copy them from the table. So here in the table, with the focus on the table, I'll Control C to copy again, and here I'll Control V, and you can see that what we've done here is we've taken rows from a table, we've copied them from the table, and we've pasted them into the drawing. In general, with Release 9, you can copy from a table and paste into a drawing. You can copy from a drawing, paste into a table. You can copy from different geometries in a table and paste them into a drawing and choose which ones you want to paste, and so forth. Let's see how that works. Control A to delete these. Great. And here, let's clear the selection there. Let us take a few of these where there's both this geom field and a geom lines field, and what I'll do is I'll Control C to select some of these records and Control C, and now here what I'll do is I'll Shift Control V, which will force Manifold to give me the a fuller dialog. Instead of doing what it thinks I want to do, it'll give me the opportunity to paste as I see fit. And these are the destination fields on the left, and here I can double click into that geom field and I can choose which one I want. So for example, instead of choosing the geom field to put into the geom field, I can choose geom lines to put into the geom field, and that will copy the geometry from the lines. I'll click OK and you'll see the lines appear. Now what's interesting about this is that another unusual thing about this table is that this geometry field here, this geometry field uses latitude and longitude projection. geometry lines uses a different projection, as we can see here in the table, in the drawing that's made from province lines. When I click on this, I can see that this uses the Europe and Africa Miller oblated stereographic projection. That's a real mouthful, but it is a projection. It's one of the I don't know, 5 or 10,000 different projections, the coordinate systems that Manifold knows. And what's cool about this is that you can pull data from the table, regardless of what coordinate system that individual geometry is in, and Manifold will reproject it on the fly into the drawing. In fact, we can mix these geometries from different areas. So here, let's clear the selection, and now I'll select a bunch of provinces here in France, and back here I will I forgot to Control C to copy. Control C to copy, and now here I'll do a Shift Control V to paste with the options. And yeah, I want to use the geom field. I don't want to use any of the others. I'll actually use the geom field. I'll paste that. That's okay. And here it pasted the objects from the geom field here, which are areas, and it put them into the same drawing as the lines. If I find the drawing table here, which we're using, let me try to bring it to the fore. It gets kind of busy when you're trying to do all this stuff in a relatively small screen. You can see that in the drawing table, that's for the generated, that's from which the drawing here is generated. This drawing label is generated. You can see the lines that we copied earlier. I'll select some of them, so you can see that those there they are there. Those are the lines that I pasted earlier, and here are the areas that we just pasted. So mixed into the same target destination geometry field here in this drawing are both lines and areas, and depending on how we chose to paste them is how they came in. Let's select all those, delete them, so that clears that. But that's kind of like a higher end idea as to how to work all this stuff. You don't have to think about that if all you want to do is just copy and paste objects between drawings. So you can just copy, Control click to copy however many of these objects here you want. Control C to copy them. Control click them to select them. Control C to copy them. And then over here, Control V to paste, and they're automatically pasted. Generally, Manifold will do a very good job of guessing what you want it to do. If we want to do trickier things, for example, like decide how we want to paste multiple attribute fields, which we will see in the next video. We'll do another video about that. You can control that as well. But for now, we'll just look at the simple case where we copy objects from a table or a drawing and paste them into another drawing or table, and Manifold will automatically copy and paste them, and Manifold will automatically reproject the coordinate systems on the fly to the destination, even if those objects are coming in with different coordinate systems from different drawings. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. Stay tuned for much more, and goodbye from Manifold Release 9 land. Well, that was fun. If you want to see more, visit us at www.manifold.net. As always, Manifold delivers the world's most advanced, highest quality spatial products for GIS and DBMS at a low price that you can afford. Once again, that's manifold.net. See you soon.